some reason this is the third time that it's froze my computer and kicked me off using my screen capture device, so I'm trying another one. Hopefully this one works. Do a little video on these little craft, little cloud tenders. Got them up there. Let's see how you can tell there's kind of like a disturbance in this cloud, like something is kind of, right here, and that's these guys. They're small, but they got a big influence. And you got these weird, like little trails, almost little vortex trails that go down everywhere. See right there, you got another one of those things going down. Pathways going up. Trails going across right here into this funky looking cloud. And then you got these little shadow craft things. Another one leading the charge. There's usually one at the front of these things. And there he is again. He went from up there. So they shoot around a lot. And you got these guys, illuminated things that are billowing out cloud. There's a bunch of them, individuals all over this like Birkeland current pathway. You got the cube looking thing right here with its little side orb. You got another one of these little trails stretching out. You got one of those guys up there. This is something that I see a lot. There's another one right there. I don't know if they're sucking it to them or what. Or feeding on it or reacting with the atmosphere. I don't know. There's a little pod that's kind of steaming in the atmosphere. You got these kind of invisible pathways. It's pointing to a little point. You got this little guy right at the front. Little guy's got a big influence. Just like this. You see, got him inside it, and you got him all around the edges. Bam, right there at the front. A little better photo right here. All around the front, inside, and everywhere. Chemtrail plane poisoning us as usual. Thank you, Cabal. And see, it's pulling this energy, I guess, maybe to it. You can actually see a few craters on this sucker. A couple little dots next to him. It's got a little energy field around it. Interesting. Another one of those little pod things billowing out cloud. They're almost transparent, but that's why I call them shadow craft. Got these little rods up there. These little red turd objects. They look like they're wings, but it's really like a black energy field or energy distortion above it. Maybe it's like an exhaust, antimatter exhaust, something like that. I don't know. Here we go again. It's making this trail go out. A little dot, definitely not a bug. You got pathway right here. Got the little illumination and a little bow wake, and you actually got a little black speck right there. So either that is doing that, or that's just flying over there and checking it out. Either way, we got another one down here. Pulling a little cloud to it. Again. Again with this little trail. See, they're like little nodes, little clusters all around the edges. You can actually see something in there. It's pulling that little vortex trail to it. Again, you got the mammatus, something big up above. You got this little spiral vortex trail stretching out that way. Got another one going that way. And again, see, it's like sucking energy or something, and the cloud just kind of forms. There you go again, kind of big spiral one. Might even be something in the center. Just interesting how it does that. Again, see it's pulling it to it. Little guy. There's usually a little dot next to one of the bigger ones. Sometimes these suckers actually, yeah, see, they actually look like little cubes sometimes. And again, you got a bunch of these things coming in. Another little trail. There's that one. Taking his bite. We got this little guy coming in. He's got a little trail coming off of it, and getting a little closer, and you can see his pack of little ones. I would have done a slideshow, but I really have to be able to zoom in for people to actually see these things. So I'm going to kind of scroll through them pretty quick because I got a lot to go through. You see it again. Here we go with some of the cigars. Got a couple little guys, little cigars. Bigger one right here. I see these a lot in this Mammatus type clouds. Another one up there. You got a big sucker up here. I mean, that's a freaking mothership. And again, you got another one of those little cigars. Something else pulling there. Another one. I got another one over here. See the Mammatus clouds? These guys are usually somewhere. I'll leave the who's and what's up to you. I'm just gonna point them out. Got another guy way up here. Way up there. Only knows how big these things really are. You can tell there's something kind of making these clouds all weird. But then you got a big cigar up there. I guess this is his fleet and little turds flying around doing whatever the hell they're doing. And you can just tell when you look at this kind of cloud and everything's kind of all jacked up. It's not a normal puffy cloud. It's usually because, you know, it's filled with these little guys. Yeah, they're freaking everywhere. Look at them. They're all up in there around these weird disturbances in the clouds, getting their fill. Popcorn clouds almost. I mean, look at them. That's a freaking ton of them. You got big ones, small ones. No wings on any of them. That's some kind of ship or something. I don't know. It's definitely not a bird or a bug flying up there with these things. It's even got that kind of blue energy distortion around it. And they go all the way up top. Tons of them. This is another one. You can see, I mean, there's literally dozens of them up here. And they all kind of orient themselves in the same direction too, which is just kind of strange. But you can see there's a pathway coming in here, and there's kind of like a big sphere kind of at the front. So it's almost like something big's passing through, and these are all the junk that comes with them. Kind of a big shadow one right there. And again, see, they're freaking everywhere. All around this thing. And you can see right here, there's an object that's cutting a path, cutting a trail. This is kind of its bow wake right here. And then it's like, you got its accompanying ball of its junk. Or its support, I don't know. You decide what they are. That's a pretty cool one though, because you can definitely see that there's something cutting in right there. And again, you can see its path. Almost looks like there's something right there too. Yep, right there's the object. And then you just got tons of these things up here. You can barely make them out, but they're up there. And again, you can see it pretty good right there. And it's just filled with these suckers. See, that's how I know they're not bugs, is because they'll orient themselves in the same direction. See, they're all pointing up. And again, get a little rainbow type thing going on down here. Kind of like a bow wig, something coming in this way, and accompanied by all the little junk. Again, still there. And this is a weird day. I actually knew something was passing over. That's why I got out and started taking photos. And I didn't see any of these little things until I looked at the photos up close. But they're everywhere inside this. There's like rods, discs, dots. And there's tons of them. They in different photo. It's like a sequence. Again, they didn't move much. They're all over in that. And again. And this is with the Nikon D5300 DLSR, so it's a high resolution camera. You can see wings on a bug from pretty far, and antennas. So here's again, same kind of thing, just a bunch of these weird dark objects in this freaking cloud. One down here, some weird cloud right there. And again, see, they're just all inside this cloud. And they never really have shape. They're never really solid. They're always distorted or transparent. Like they got energy fields around them. See, this guy down here. And again, he had objects that were cutting over this way. The leads, followed by all the little junk, whatever they are. Looks like there might be something right there. And again, they love this like colored ionized gas or clouds. I don't know if it attracts them or what, but I always see them inside these illuminated like ion bleed off trails. Oh yeah, this is a weird one. Alright, so you see these little things right here, and they got the little tails. They almost look like, I don't know, little pollywogs or something pushing in. Even their little trails. This is a pathway right here that's coming in, and then there's something bigger inside of this cloud. Yeah, you can see it. It's right there. It's like the center of it. Everything kind of is falling around it. You got a little rod right there. It's definitely a weird one. Look at that straight pathway. It's like, what the heck is going on with this? But there's all these little dots everywhere, all along this pathway. Got this little trail that comes off of those suckers. And right there, little trail coming off. There you go again, it's a little better. Whatever, it's like a mouth. Little guys all up around it. See, it's kind of sucking the cloud to it. Again, see this big arc right here. And it's kind of like bluish up there, almost like it's ionized. You got all these little guys. These ones are all orientated the same way. You got this little pathway right here. You got a little guy right there at the point. That guy right there, sucking the cloud to it. And that little guy. See, they're manipulating the cloud somehow. Got a group of them way up there. There we go again. You can see them. There's one right there. So everything's kind of invisible lines going off that way. And you can see the group of them. All up in it. Got them all angled towards the pathway. And again, got them down here, usually at the base. You can come down to the base of them and you'll see them all along the bottom, doing their thing. Got this little pathway. Another little guy right there. There we go. Probably, yep, a bunch of little ones, all orientated the same way. Pointed up at an angle. Look at that. Look at tons of them, all pointing the same direction. Oh, this is a weird one. I mean, you see the cloud sky is just weird right here. You got that little guy shaping the clouds, doing whatever he's doing. You can see his little distortion energy field. This thing, this actually changed shapes. I got more photos coming after this, and it changes. I mean, you see what it looks like right there. Let's wait till the next one, and then the next one. See, you got this little thing. It's almost got like a little tail almost. Energy field around it. So it's like zigzags and pathways and pure strangeness. And there's that same one again. See, no wings. It's just a black void almost. They're almost like space insects or something. You can see this disc right here in the background, its lip. And see, next photo. See, actually, it's sideways. It almost looks like a bird. It's not flapping, but it's not. There's something. I got video of these things crawling around in the clouds, like there's some kind of creature. Like they're feeling around with their antennae. There's again, see, still no wings. Just dark objects. And just a weird sky always accompanies them. And there again, see, still no wings, just weird little black things. You got a big group of them coming in. Again, darker. The crazy disturbed cloud, big tall cloud, groups of them all up in it. A couple of them down here. They're always in this type type of cloud. There we go again. Like little rocks or something, I don't know. Again, big group of them. There's some kind of freaking drones or something. Got a pathway coming in. Back behind the atmosphere, that's where these things are. And then of course you got all these little guys. Got them. I mean, hell, they could be the things that are putting the holograms up, you know, or scanning for openings, making sure that we can't see anything. Again, this is a good one. You can see right here, you got this weird disturbance, little baby blue gap right there, and you got all these little guys. Again, another large group of them by the sun. There we go. They are fast too. See, this is one of the first ones that I caught. It's a big one coming down. When I finally zoomed in and looked close, sure enough, there they are. DLSR cameras are definitely the best for being able to pick up these things, but you gotta be patient and be willing to zoom in, scan around. There you go again, a bunch of them right there at the base, right there at the front. See the big disturbance, like there's something passing through. Kind of looks a little bow wake up there. There are trails passing overhead. And these were some of the more weird ones. These guys are almost like big spheres with holes in the center of them. It's got like a little hole or a little something. I've only captured them like this one time, one day. They were filling up the clouds. You'll see. See, these aren't black dots. These are different. They're bigger. Some of them have like little energy distortion wings almost. There you go again. They're everywhere inside this. Definitely some kind of drones or again, let me look at them all. They're just hanging out in the cloud. Working pretty much invisible to us. At least with our eyes. Yeah, see, here we go again. They got these, it's like they're weird objects with kind of like energy distortion on both sides. Almost like eggs. Eggs with wings. Little short, stubby hot dogs. And we got some in a panorama. Some pretty big ones. To get them in a panorama is pretty good, actually. Again, big old Mamada's panorama. More of those little short, stubby hot dog craft. Little wings. These are some of the weirdest ones I've captured. And here we go again with the big Mamada's. I mean, they could resemble asteroids or rocks. You know, they got little, but I don't think so. They seem too much like craft the way they move. Here you go again, some close-ups of these guys. I don't know, you guys ever seen anything like this before? Because I haven't. And here we go again. We got, I mean, a perfect sphere right there. Absolutely perfect. You got a little prop plane right there to show the size comparison. And then you actually got this upside down rainbow, kind of like a sundog, and you got an object, a big sphere right there pushing up into it. Oh no, there's the upside down rainbow. So that's on the, so there's two sets of rainbows. This is the big upside down one. But you can definitely see some kind of sphere right there. You know, just like that, an object right there. I'll close up of those other ones. And some of the other weird things that I've captured in the clouds. These little guys that, like little nodes, with little seed pods, or you know, some kind of atmospheric life maybe, I don't know. A couple of the shapes that I see a lot. Little pods in the clouds, little nodes, little eggs everywhere. Perfect little eggs right there. Eggs around the moon. Eggs fucking everywhere. Some more. This one's, you know, shooting through the sky. This one was actually checking out a plane. You know, these ones that I captured almost look like black cubes. You know, and we got those two guys that are messing around with the clouds. This is a sequence, so you can see them move. They've just moved down here. See them down there. See how these things almost look like they got little pincers almost? I got a video of ones just like this, just slowly, like moving through the cloud, like it would stop at the edge of the cloud and it would move around, and it looked like it was sensing where it was going with these little pincers. It was very strange. Here's again. No wings, they got these like little pincers almost. There they are right there. Those guys. See? And they will separate the cloud basically where they're I don't know if it's like the invisible Birkeland current type things, like the universal web type thing, all these invisible, and they're basically pulling from it. Got another little, but I see these little clusters and nodes everywhere. There's another one right there. They'll just like clear up a spot, and all of a sudden you'll have a little cluster like that. And you can see there's like little seed pods. This is the moon. It had these little egg things around it. There's another one of those little eggs. Captured in 2019. Some more of those little eggs around the moon. Another little perfect egg in the cloud. Freaking weird. And again, another one, little egg. Freaking eggs, man. It's got like its little toroid energy field around it. I mean, look, there's a prop plane right there for size comparison. I was actually checking it out, I think. I mean, that's pretty damn far away. You can see it was just checking it out. Wherever that thing goes, it always has a little speck with it too. Like a little orb. Right there, there's this little orb. Right there. There's a little orb way up there. So the big craft, I guess, usually have little support orbs. There you go again. It's manipulating the cloud, kind of sucking it to it. You can see it right here at the front. It's almost like a spiral, like a DNA vortex. That's somebody else's photo, but they didn't really notice it. I'm sure they thought it was bug or dirt, but it's not. It's one of these little objects. Couple close-up shots. I think I got a bunch of close-ups. You can see there's one right there. It almost looks like a little cube in the center of it. It's kind of distortion spinning around it. Again, you got a bird for comparison. You got a disc flying under it. So yeah, you got these little like tails that come off of these things. These things will have different shapes. I've seen them in all sorts of different shapes, but they have these little antenna or tails that come off of them. That one looks like a disc, like a hockey puck. And see, that one actually looks like a cube. Another one in the center of this cloud. Another one of these weird things. And whenever you see these ripples, that's because there's something basically making them. See, it's right there somewhere. These ones are kind of hard to see. It's kind of a close-up transparent one next to the sun. Again, see how it's disturbing the cloud? It's like it's this little wake under it. A little cube. Another big guy right there. See, company with this little guy. The bigger one and the little guy. You got a group of them over here. Two of them. That's a bird. So we got two of them. And they moved a little bit. See, not dirt. See, not dirt. It's pathway. See how it's got the ribs right here? It's moving along. That's like, I don't know, it's energy field affecting the cloud under it. We got a couple of these things. A little rod with the two little energy fields. A little perfect sphere, rock, something. Got one up here in the middle of this rainbow cloud. Another one of those weird clouds with something in the center of it. You can see there's a little guy right there, and there's a bunch of little specks around it. But it's like an opening, like there's a cloak craft inside there, and that's basically how it moves along, cloaked inside this cloud. Nobody ever thinks to look inside the cloud. Here we go again, another big one. Got the sun. You can actually see there's an object right there. Look at all those colors in the cloud. Another single one. Another single one. Another one at the base of this formation. And then another example of the pathway. You can see it's a pathway, it's cutting right there. It's a big old circle area of influence under it. So they definitely have a big energy field or a big area of influence. There's that little one with the craters. Another one in a panorama. Another little guy right there. He's coming in that way. Hey, I made it through them all. All right.